guys, welcome to the Stealthy Crafter. I'm Jessica and today we are doing a Wip Chat. If you're new here and you don't know what Wip stands for, it stands for Work in Progress. And what normally happens during a Wip Chat is that you can do things like your own whips or other projects, or you could just sit on the couch doing absolutely nothing while you listen to me ramble. So, what I'm doing today, I hope you guys are doing well, but anyway, what I'm doing today is called the Serafina by Micah Jelena, and it's from Diamond Art Club, and this is what it's going to look like when it's done. So, I kind of started off the new row, and I actually decided to work on the black and white portions throughout the entire row here to kind of help cut back the monotony, because there's been a lot of confetti and I'm trying to work on the third row so that way I can get this done before the end of the month. So I like this so far. I do love the canvas. I love how it looks, but it has been absolutely killing me. Like, I don't know if it's just because of how old it is with the drills and everything, but I just cannot seem to focus on it at all. And I've just been like trying to do other things that aren't diamond painting this canvas. Like this weekend I kind of did that too. But yeah, so let's see. We had a pretty eventful week here. Didn't buy anything from Diamond Art Club at all last week with all the releases that came out. Nothing really kind of sparked to me and said, gimme, 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 which is just fine by me. I did get a couple things in the other day. I got in like 2 packages, so I was very surprised to see. But yeah, just otherwise, I've just been kind of just sitting here, you know, just doing crafty stuff for the most part. But we did have a little bit of a busy week. I know that I told you guys that when I posted the video, when I posted last week's Whip Chat, that I would probably be like back home by the time the video would be up, and I was, but I had to drive by myself for the first time. Like, I've only did one other trip before, which was to see my mother-in-law back around right after, a little bit after Christmas, but this time this is like, I had to go a different direction, more closely into the city, but not in the city, thankfully. It's still outside the city. But I had to go and drive there by myself for the first time. And that was kind of nerve-wracking. But I did it. I'm safe and sound, as you guys can see. I didn't have a nervous breakdown, thankfully. It came close. It came close. No, I'm kidding. In all seriousness, I did pretty well. I was like, it was the right time. There was still some busyness, but it wasn't like right at the morning. I had to start taking over last week on driving in the mornings for the most part. I mean, like, I think there was 2 mornings where my husband did do driving. I don't like doing driving in the mornings because it's still dark when we go take the kids, and I have horrible depth perception in the dark, and I'm just like nervous and, you know, all that. But I took over because my husband's got a sty in his eye. And he's been dealing with, like, it's, you know, swelling and pushing on his eyelid, and it's not comfortable. It's horrible. If it's not that, he has his he also has abrasions on his cornea, so like he'll, you know, it's uncomfortable. So there's, you know, he needs to have time to let it heal during the day before he could do anything else. So it's just like, so I took over. And oh my goodness, I was just like, I was so nervous. But yeah, I did that. I don't know if I'll be doing it next week. So next week, this week, kids are home all week. It's winter intercession. So gotta find time to try and do a recording. I'm going to be doing a unboxing sometime this week. I have to take my nail polish off today though. I'm so maybe I'll try and find time to do it today. But we'll see. um, I did ask all the kids to help keep it quiet just a little bit while I'm doing my Wip Chat. There might be movement. You might hear them say some stuff. Especially since I am diamond painting in another new spot. I know I keep changing things up, but you'll hear me out. We'll talk about this. We'll go through my thought process in just a moment. So, but yeah, I drove to the hospital, not hospital, to my doctor's office on Tuesday. I was like, okay, I can do this. It was like I said, nerve-wracking as all get out for me, but I did it. I parked in the very back because I wanted to avoid parking in I was just like I'm still terrible. I feel like I'm still terrible. I decided to park in the back. I did pretty well with the parking. I was so surprised, but I still didn't want to park anywhere close to people just yet. It's just a little bit of a nah. We'll work that up once I feel a bit more confident in my parking skills. I mean, they wouldn't pass me if I didn't park at least somewhat decently, but I still don't feel 100% with my parking ability, so I like to park where there's not a lot of cars around. So yeah, I decided to try and take some time doing that. Parked in the back. It took some time. And I had a chuckle because there were still snow piles around the area, and it's only been a little over a week, and I was just kind of chuckling because it's just there's still snow kind of around the place. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I just had to take my time because I had to walk, and it was a bit of a distance for me to walk in. Whew, for me, it's just that's actually a lot. So I just kind of took it slow and easy, got to the place, and was able to relax before my appointment, before getting called in and everything. And I actually had a very decent appointment. Okay, I love my doctor. This is a doctor I saw when I first started going back to the doctor a few years back. She's the one that she listens to me, she cares about me. I love her so much. I do not want her to ever move to a different place. Please don't. I need you to stay my doctor forever. I know that's not possible, but I need her to be my primary care forever and ever, as long as possible. But yeah, she listened to me. I was like, look, I have a list of things that we need to talk about. Didn't mean to have it all this much, and I'm going to get through these as quickly as possible. And they were things like one of the things was just talking about what we were gonna about the physician. So I was going to physical therapy. I'm like, look, haven't gotten a phone call. You said that you sent in a referral. I haven't gotten a phone call about scheduling an appointment. No one's said anything. There's nothing on the on the patient portal for me to do. And she looked it up and she goes, yeah, it looks like they dropped the ball. It was shown here that the request was accepted and that they were going to reach out to you, and they never did. So she printed out the referral sheet so that way I could call them when I got home. So that's what I did. She's like, okay, this is the office you called, and just let them know that you had gotten a referral and everything, and just explain the situation. I'm like, all right, gotcha. So as much as I don't want to do the whole physical therapy, I'm doing it, but I think it's funny because it's just it's not just my neck that's hurting, it's everything. And I just think it's so funny because it's just this is what we're going to work on physical therapy wise, which body part is the best to really work on. But we're not going to complain about things. Let's see, I'm going to try and make sure the lighting in here is just a little bit different compared to what I'm used to. So trying to see, and plus I have this stand kind of blocking my vision, so I'm like kind of looking over, around, under. So that probably isn't helping my posture. Anyway, so yeah, that was one of the things. Got that checked marked off the list. We talked about weight loss, and about the fact that my insurance refuses to do any basically they won't approve for medication wise and things like that. So we're talking about our options. So that's got, we were able to talk about that. And then the third thing was the most important thing of the whole thing, and which is what actually took the most time. Because the other was like literally like 3 minutes each. It was like boom boom. So it's like I was like, I'm going to try and get through this quick, because I know I don't want to be eating up her time, but I also need to know these are kind of things that I need to get done too. So the last one was, as you guys know, I've been dealing like I've been talking about it almost every Wip Chat now. But yeah, it's just like got some joint pain issues, got some things going on. The blood test this time around says yes, you got inflammation in you. So compared to last time, and because last time I was on steroids, so shocker, that kind of took away the inflammation bit. But anyway, so I had a referral to go to a rheumatologist. They wanted me to go to the same one that was very dismissive of me, and yada yada yada. I've said this story before, and anyway, but yeah, I didn't want to go back to this doctor. The referral office basically said that I had no choice. They normally do transfers to the other office, but that's shut down because there's overfill. I wonder why. And yeah, basically call back in a few months and hope that they open that back up, kind of thing. And I'm like, okay. Well, I told my doctor, I'm like, look, I'm in a lot of pain. I'm like, there are some days where I literally need help with my husband. I'm like, he has to help me up. Like, and there's days that I do not move at all, even though I need to be moving. And she listened to me. I love that she doesn't go, okay, that's because you're overweight, and all that. So yeah, she's like, nope, we need to take this care of. She was the one that also listened to me about the fact that I was coughing a lot, and it's not like, oh, it's just a cold or anything like that. She took care of it, and we got to find out that it was definitely something more serious than just a cold. But oh my goodness, I can hear Nova purring all the way over here. My goodness. So yeah, she's like, okay, we got 2 options for you. And she says she knows one of these rheumatologists is a very good doctor. Like, he's an excellent doctor and everything. The problem is he has a private office. So no paperwork and everything like that. I would have to give him my files, and it might take, I might have to do a lot of more of the same test that I already have done. Chances are I might still have to do this with the other one, but the other one was like, go to a different hospital network here, and since they still share the same patient portal, I can link those both accounts together and basically have them see my medical records from this different hospital network compared to that one. So that's what we did, and oh my goodness, everything went like, it's just like, I'm kind of waiting for the other shoe to fall. Like, all this good, there's got to be something happening. I know I have a very doom and gloom mindset at times. I try to be positive. I really do. I really do try to be positive. But sometimes when things are going so well, I'm like, okay, where's the catch? But anyway, I actually was like very surprised about how quick of a response I've gotten with everyone. When I got home that day, I did drive home. Like, it was a little bit of a nervous wreck, but I did drive home. There were some mistakes I made. Like I remember my husband always doing a certain thing, but I didn't do that in time. So like, the road would end and I would need to, get over. So, but I forgot until we hit the traffic light, and then it was like, oh yeah, I'm going to have to get over because the road's going to end. I'm going to have to just turn right. So I flipped on my turn signal, waiting for an opening. No one let me through. I'm like, of course. So I just pulled into the it's like the home improvement store. I can never remember if it's a Lowe's or a Home Depot. I never can remember. It's a home improvement store. Anyway, so I did that and turned myself back around so that way I can just get back into the road easily. That way I'm like, goodness, no one lets anyone over. So it's just like, okay, whatever. I didn't panic or anything like that. So I was like, okay, whatever, I'll just do it this way and, try and get back in, to the fray at this area, which I did. But yeah, got home. I was going to stop somewhere, but I to kind of treat myself for driving so long, woohoo, But I was just like, nah, I'm gonna just go home, and just get. Let's see, just just kind of relax and everything, and that's what I kind of did. But yeah, like I literally got home. I took maybe 15 minutes before I was calling for the physical therapy and getting that appointment scheduled, and they said that they had me they said yeah, we got availability this month. I'm like, woohoo. So I'm actually going to go see them in a few weeks. So we'll see how that's going to go. And I'm kind of curious because like I have, I don't, it's like said I had neck pain on the papers, but I don't really have neck pain. I just don't have any mobility in my neck because like I can't turn it left and right very well. I can turn it, but I can't do it fully. So I'm kind of curious about what we're gonna do. But I'm also kind of curious because she's going to see how I walk. My gait is awful. I will say that. And it's something that my doctors have said because I have like horrible joint pain like around my hips. And it's gotten written down now. It's like on my hips, my knees, my ankle, my wrist, my knuckles, and now my shoulder. So it's just like, I'm kind of curious. She's going to be like, this is all connected. And then I'm going to just have to keep going for different parts of physical therapy. It's like, okay, I finished this with the neck, and then it's like, okay, now I'm gonna have to go in for the back, and then I'm gonna have to. I'm like, oh man, I have a feeling that's what's going to happen. I'm kind of curious though, like how it's going to work out, but like I can't do it all at one time. I know I'm like going to be like, let's focus at one area at a time. At this point, let's just focus at one thing because I can't do multiple appointments. But yeah, so yeah, I mean like, but I don't know. I mean like, it's just, I mean, it could be something completely different. She could just be like, nope, we're just going to focus on, oh, but I have a cat. Okay. Yep. Rachel's walking around my feet. Yeah. So yeah, just, whatever. So got that schedule. It's coming in a few weeks. I'm nervous and excited and all those other emotions. Plus it's like, I got to drive there and I don't know the way there. I kind of want my husband to drive there first. And so that way, okay, I got the picture in my mind, and then I'm like, okay, I can, do that myself instead next time around. But I can't always depend on him to do all of that for me as much as I want to. I can't. So but yeah, and then later on last week as well, so it's like literally like a day or two after, I got in a text message that day saying, hey, we received your referral to our office and be on the lookout for a phone call. And it was like the day or two after that, I actually got a phone call from them and I got scheduled in. So that's something. I am now got an appointment, but it's all the way in May. I'm like, dang, May's so far away. I mean, some people will say it's not, but it's like it is in a way. It's just like still, it's goodness, it's like what, 3 months away. So, and I've already waited, 2 months already at this point for a different referral somewhere else. So it's just like, it's going to be half a year since I brought this all back up again. So it's a little frustrating, but I get it, but it's still a little frustrating. But the good news is I looked this doctor up, and, it seems like he's a decent doctor. Like, he has really good reviews and everything, so I am kind of hoping that he is kind of similar to my doctor, my primary care doctor, and that he will listen to my concerns and my issues, and whatnot, and everything. So we'll just keep your fingers crossed, guys. So yeah, that is pretty much what's been going on health-wise for me. I did mention that this week was kind of on the busy end. It's just like with the kids. So, with one thing, my oldest, she had, I think it's like called conditioning. So she had track Monday through Thursday to do stuff. So she was like she really wanted to get into sprinting. She thinks she's not getting into that, but she's also had to do some other stuff like hurdles, and like I don't know all the things. I do think it's funny because like I did mention like when a few years back, you know, going, hey, you should really try out for track, and then getting meh, and now she's trying out for track. So keep your fingers crossed, you know, that she does well. Speaking of, my oldest just actually came down here, so, and she's running away. But yeah, let's see. But yeah, we'll find out what if she's gotten into any positions, I think next week or so. So yeah, that will be kind of exciting. Let's see. What else is going on? Oh yeah, so she's been doing that. She hurt herself at one point, and she's like thought that was going to like really ruin her chances. I'm like, no, I don't think that's going to be it. I think, you know, they'll be seeing you practice this whole week. I think your chances are still good. So come on, the glue does not want to let go. Sometimes these glue dots are a bit more stickier than the actual canvas itself, so it doesn't want to. And it's still trying to stay. There we go. Let's see. All right. Anyway, let's see. So yeah, that's what was her doing. And then of course it's sticking again. Okay. Let's see. We'll just use a different drill instead and try and get this put in. Let's see. You guys can go and get yourself some breakfast or brunch. It's okay. No pancakes. No pancakes. No pancakes.
Can I have the coffee, please?
Alright, anyway. Let's see. Sorry about that. Let's see. Trying to think about things. So, anyway. One of the things, I know. Last week was all ums. This week is all anyway. So, anyway. Let's see. The twins, they had a field trip on Thursday. They had a field trip on Thursday. We had to get up super early. So instead of like normal, instead of normal like 6 o'clock time for them, we had to wake up at 5 o'clock. We woke the kids up, we got them ready, and this was the day where my husband actually did the driving. Thank goodness. He did the driving, and we actually had to, like, we dropped them off, because they were going to, well, it's already happened and stuff, and I don't think I'll be doxing myself, but they went to Biltmore, so it was a bit of a trip, but they had fun, and it was an all-day field trip for them, so they enjoyed themselves. And I was, after they got dropped off, we made sure that, they went into the school, and then we turned around and went to the coffee shop that opened up around here. Thankfully, I will say it's not Starbucks, but I like it better than Starbucks. I don't know if I mentioned that. I'm pretty sure I have. But yeah, there's a different coffee chain that opened up around here recently, and it's really good. I like it a lot. And let's see, I'm pretty sure I am missing a color. I have a little bit of glare over here, so it's kind of hard to see all the symbols. So I'm pretty sure I am missing like some, but I'll get back to it. So I'm not going to bother trying to work across with one color. I only did that with the black and white to kind of help help a little bit. But anyway, let's see what else. Oh, so yeah, they went on a field trip. We went to, and it was funny because my oldest, she asked if we could do this, if we could go to the coffee place, because it's kind of like a status symbol now over at her school, where a lot of the kids they go and they bring in that coffee for their breakfast and everything, and just like, she wanted to do something similar. It's like, okay, one time we'll do that, we'll allow it once. So that's what we did. We went and did that because we needed to wake up. We were exhausted. So we did that, and then we went to her school, and it was like still too early to kind of, we were like there like 30 minutes earlier than what we were kind of used to, so just had to had to wait a bit. So we were kind of just sipping our coffee, and then we dropped her off, and then we had to go straight to Publix, guys, because we had to pick up cupcakes for the twins' Valentine's party, and it's kind of a bittersweet moment because this is going to be their last Valentine's party. I don't think middle school. I don't remember if middle school does it. I don't remember. I don't think Nicole had any Valentine's party. So yeah, this is their last one. No more Valentine's boxes. We did a lot of decorating and, with their boxes and everything. But yep, no more. So sorry, I was hearing whispers and I needed to know what the heck was going on. So goodness. Goodness gracious. So yeah, we Valentine's party, we got cupcakes. And the funny thing is we still have cupcakes. We have we're almost through it all. Like the kids apparently we what my husband ordered was like 12 cupcakes for each class, for basically each of the twins. They were like, had Oreo on top of them, like Oreo cookie crumbles, and then the other 12 were just chocolate or white. So when we picked them up, they had leftover cupcakes, and it was just the chocolate cupcakes, the chocolate and white cupcakes. So so the Oreos went bye-bye. Apparently they were very popular. I'm like, dang it, I wanted to try one of those. But we still have, I think, a couple left. Unfortunately, I can't have any since I am going for an endoscopy and colonoscopy tomorrow. Woo! See, so I gotta just drink water all day today. Yay! No food for me. At least, where we're going, I'm thinking I'm gonna ask my husband if he could pick up a certain food for me after the procedure, and we'll go straight home because it'll be lunchtime by the time we're done, maybe. So we'll see. We'll see, guys. But yeah, so yeah, field trip. Let's see, field trip, track, Valentine's parties. It was funny because like we did the Valentine's card, and then I also bought like those Sour Patch Kids candies. It was like a pack of 40, and there's about 17 to 18 kids for each class, so perfectly, was able to, be able to tape the Valentine onto the candy and say, there we go, good enough, and had just a little bit of leftovers. So there we go. Let's see. So I guess we can start talking about why I'm in a different spot again. So I'm not in the dining room. I'm actually using my desk, but I'm not in the office. And that's because my husband, I mentioned this around my birthday. Around my birthday, my husband was really nice and he bought me a desk. A brand new desk, so I got a standing desk. And he didn't have a chance to put it together because it was coming past my birthday because of this, of the snowstorm and everything. It was kind of cut up and had to be waited till the storm passes and stuff. Like, it was just like weather delays and stuff. So anyway, so Let's see. Jeez, it sucks like when you start realizing how often you say certain words. there was a there was a time where I went basically every like it was just like every other sentence. It was maddening. I still say it. I still say it, but not as bad. But anyway, um, so let's see what else. See, standing desk. So it took a few weeks. It came here like literally a few days after my birthday. I think it was like at the end of the week. But I told him not to bother putting it together because my husband was going to take my daughter and her friend to basically celebrate her birthday because she didn't have a chance to do that a few weeks ago. So they did that last weekend. Not well, the weekend before last, and I think I've talked about that. So and then this weekend I had my in-laws visit, so they came over to visit yesterday. But yeah, my husband spent Saturday doing a lot of stuff. They broke down boxes in the garage, so our garage, well, it was box free, but now it's no longer box free. We got boxes starting to pile up again because of like from putting the desk together and all the other things. But yeah, we he did all that. He got the oil change in his car, so got that changed. So now I don't have to see that blaring on my on the screen whenever I turn on the car anymore. So woo, we got that fixed and going. He said he's going to hold off for a tire change, and since we're because it was like instead of rotating the tires, he's going to hold out just because we're literally so close to getting new tires. So he's like, I'd rather just buy tires and get that fixed instead. So I was like, okay. He checked everything. And then when he came home, it was like, all right, let's get started. So he got some like lasagna and stuff because, he knows that I'm not going to be able to eat anything today. So I was like, I want lasagna, on the weekend. So I was like, yes. So yeah, he put together my desk, and as he's putting that together, I'm putting together. I got a new monitor set up so that way I could so have a thing to hold my monitors up a little bit higher. Plus, kind of do a little bit more organization on my desk because I am unfortunately a little bit of a messy person. I try my best to be organized. At least I am not as bad as my dad. I still remember the avalanche of stuff on my dad's desk. Like you could not see the keyboard. So I am nowhere close to that. But I am messy. And I think it's just because of the crafting aspect with having my stuff around that I need. I try and keep it as organized as I can, but it does get a little overwhelming at times, especially when you have kids and they bring their stuff and you have to put them on the side and it just kind of piles up and then you have to go through it. Yeah. so so yeah, anyway, we got myself a new little monitorizer. I think that's it. And it was like had like little things so I could put my pens and all sorts of stuff. So it was really cool. And then we gotten a because the standing desk doesn't have drawers on the side like this one. Well, this one doesn't have drawers, it has shelves. So I got a rolling cart. So I got a 3-tier rolling cart, and that's going to hold a lot of my diamond painting stuff. I'm so excited. I'm starting to try and organize that. So I put that together, and then I put the brand new light together. So I have a new light altogether, like a new overhead light, but it's not attached to the table at all, so I don't have to worry about the cats messing with it. It's now like it's kind of hanging over the desk, and the cats do kind of mess with it, but they can't mess with it in a way that that would cause things to fall off. And I don't have my cover minders on it anymore, unfortunately, because my old light did have all my cover minders on it. So now a lot of my cover minders that I have from Shire Shenanigans have been delegated to the fridge, but my rolling cart is metal and it I can attach magnets to it. So I've been putting cover minders on that as I am getting through my ridiculous amount of things that I gotta get through. I gotta figure out a place to put my nail polish, because I usually do my nails at the desk. I know, okay, I know, I know this sounds bad. I diamond paint, not diamond paint, I do my nail polish over my diamond painting. I have a mat. I have a nail polish mat that I put over here. I usually, like, if there's exposed glue, I have a release paper that I put on this, and then I put my mat down, and then I remove my nail polish and all that. So I know it's like, you paint your nails. I have never had a spill. Knock on wood. I've never had a spill. I'm not planning on it. So I spent, I think, the first few times of doing my nails, it spilled and, you know, made a mess. But now that I have a mat, it's like it catches all the little drips and stuff. So, and I've gotten a lot more careful with my nail painting over the years compared to when I first started. Go figure, you know. But yeah, anyway, so my husband built the desk. It's now a standing desk. I have it raised up, so like it is actually, you can't see, but it's like it's further up, so it's like almost the height of my pin. Like from this desk here, it's risen up to that point. So I am not shrimp mode any longer. I have my posture going to be a bit better. So so yeah, it was just like it was so nice. So he did that, and then also this week, because this weekend we kind of did something in the Discord that I was doing. So while he was doing that, I cleaned off my desk. In the between of that, I was also doing little snacky kits. So I had a couple of snack kits that I was like not wanting to do, but it's just like, yeah, let's do it, because let's see, I think it was C who had like a bunch of little small kits that she wanted to work on over the weekend and wanted to see how many she could get through. And I think one of the other mods suggested doing like a DP along, and just like kind of, it was no rules, just basically whatever gives you the dopamine hit. So it didn't have to be diamond paintings. It's like small little quick things or something like that, just to you know, give you that little fix of a finish. So I actually grabbed a bunch of my Diamond Delights stuff that I had in actually I have it over here. Let's see, gotta make sure I don't have the address on. No, okay. But yeah, let's open this, and these are my finishes. Actually, these are all my finishes that I had over the last year and this year. So hold on, let me see. I have the other box over here. Okay, yeah. So these are all my little snacky kits that I have here. So I have a bunch still left over. I didn't want to go too much on it. I only did 4 finishes this weekend. I took it easy because one is just like I had to work with the desk stuff. I had to go and clean off my desk. We had to move the desk. We had to, you know, put up the new desk. We had to get then I had to start organizing my desk, and I'm still organizing to be honest, but but I still wanted to get a little bit stuff done, so I was able to squeeze in some 4 little small finishes, and I can't wait to show them during the month in review later on. So I have that. Now I gotta focus on this and actually have an official finish. So I actually worked on the mystery, and I have that up here. But anyway, so we moved the standing desk into the office, and we moved this desk here into the living room, and I decided to put it over here. My husband still wants this to go into the dining room. I really like it right here. I actually like how the light is. I don't think it's going to be too bad when I have the stand not in my face. I actually kind of like it here because there's times when my husband is he's in a camera meeting, and sometimes we need to have some space from each other, not like fighting space or anything like that, but like sometimes it's nice to let him have his own space, especially if he wants to watch a scary movie and I don't, and he hasn't really watched what he's wanting to watch because he's afraid of me turning around in my chair and catching a glimpse of a scary movie. I tried so hard to watch scary movies with him over the years. I really have, but I get nightmares. I get really bad nightmares, and so now it's like he's being very sweet about not watching it around me, but I told him he can just let me know, so that way I would be like, I'm not looking, but he hasn't. So but yeah, like that way, like I can be in here, I have a TV I can watch, because I won't be able to be on my computer, but I have a TV that's like right over here. Oops, and I knocked the stand, but anyway, so I like it right here for now. I said let's give it a week or so and see how we all feel about that. And if we have to, we can move it. I rather not. I don't see us having a lot of room in the dining room, but I want to respect his opinions as well, because this is his house as well, not just mine. But yeah. Plus, he does a lot. He put together this desk. He put together. He didn't have to do all that. He was really sweet. And then like he did one more sweet thing. Like, oh my goodness. So, and I was so embarrassed. This was embarrassing for me. Like, and I feel a little bruised. I have a little, I'm not just bruised pride, but like I'm bruised in general. So. Yesterday with my in-laws over here, we had our folding table up. I was at my computer desk here, and I really like it here because like now I have my crafting stuff here, so I feel like I'm going ahead of myself. Anyway, I have my cross stitching at one side. I have my diamond paintings here. I now have like the shelves that used to hold all my junk. I have my diamond painting tray, so like all the Elizabeth Warden stuff. They're underneath here, and I'm gonna go and put more of them underneath there, so that way it's nice and neat and everything's all in the same spot. And then like I can turn and do like get things over here. So like I have my diamond paintings all rolled up, and then like over into the office I will have my main diamond painting, which is this. Once I'm done, I'll be moving this back over there, and that's something I can work on during the day. Like, and I have my mystery over here, so like if I want to take a break, I can put this over and grab stuff, so I have a spot to hold my whips now. I feel so excited that I have a spot to just hold my whips, and I don't have to like try and make sure I have space for it somewhere, or making a lot of a mess, or putting them on the dining room table or anything. I'm so excited. I know it sounds so silly, but I am excited about this. But anyway, yesterday I was just, oh man, I'm so embarrassed. So my in-laws were over. We were having dinner together, and I'm sitting at here, and my husband went to move the table, and I'm like, oh, some of my like diamond paintings that I have pulled out was still in there, so I bent over to go grab it, but I didn't move my chair while I bent, like to reach over like I normally do. Like the chair didn't want to move with me, and instead it kind of like all the weight got put onto one leg in the wheel canister, and it broke, completely broke off, and I went, but I hurt, so I had to catch myself. I caught myself on both my table and also the pull-up table. I got bruises now. My knee is swollen. I noticed it last night when I went to go and change into my pajamas and stuff. I'm like, I got a nice swollen knee because it really jerked it. So yay. But yeah. And I was just like, it was embarrassing because I hit so much stuff. Oh man. And I just tried not to cry. I didn't want to cry in front of my in-laws, but I think I sniffled a bit, but I tried not to. through. But I was just so embarrassed and mad at myself. And my husband's like, it was an older chair. We've gotten a few years in it. So it's, not a big deal. And then this guy, he goes upstairs, because it's almost the same exact chair. And why do we have two of the same exact chair? Well, so my husband, like, I like this chair so much. I had this chair originally, and I told him how much I liked the chair. He went and bought himself the same exact kind. Decided he didn't like it, like a few months in, and gave it to me. So I decided to put this upstairs. So I had same chair for upstairs and downstairs. So he brought that one downstairs for me, so I can still continue to craft and be able to have a spot to sit at my computer and everything. It's like really sweet. But but we did discuss that we're gonna get myself an office chair and everything. And it's funny because my mother-in-law gave me a Amazon gift card as my birthday present, and it's just like, well, I know what I'm using this for. So yeah, I browsed Amazon last night, and I found a chair, and it is purple, guys. Well, not dark purple, but it's a lavender purple, so it's kind of going to match my rolling cart. So yeah, that's gonna be nice. I'm a little excited about that. So my husband's like, well, consider this, like, because I was just like, are you sure it's okay to get a new desk? He's like, consider this just like basically a brand new start for your desk. So chair, monitor risers, rolling cart. Like basically a brand new start. I'm like, okay, oh, So That's pretty much it. That's going to come here Friday, if I remember correctly. I think it's coming here Friday, so maybe we'll have that put up and put together in around the weekend. Cross your fingers. But yeah. But overall, I'm just, we've been doing pretty well. This week's going to be, I think, on the slower week with the kids at home, and hanging around. I mean, I got my thing I have tomorrow. My husband has his own appointments the next day. So yeah, we're just, trying to get things. We're probably going to try and get a sleepover scheduled in as well, for one of the kids. I know that they would like to have a sleepover with one of their friends, so that's got to get scheduled in sometime. But overall, yeah, we've been just pretty much, kind of breezing through. I'm hoping that I think because I'm not going to sleep very well, I'm hoping I can get through at least 3 sections of this tonight. But I'm going to probably be doing that. I'm hoping to get through this for in 3 days. I'm hoping to get through this row. I want to get this done before the end of the month. I really do. Because I really want to get Dragon's Door started. I really want to work on that one. But I don't feel comfortable having more than 2 or 3 whips at the same time. And right now I'm cross-stitching, so I kind of consider that a whip. So I have 2 diamond paintings and then a whip, a cross-stitching whip. And I've been working on that for my 100-day challenge, actually. So I gotten through part 2, and I started part 3. In fact, I think, like, while I edit this video today and stuff like that, I don't know if I'll schedule this video, because I think I'll still be over at getting everything worked on still while I think I'll be still, like, under anesthesia so I probably want to get this thing out. We'll see. Maybe I'll have it scheduled for by that point. But I think while I do edit this video, I'm going to be doing my cross stitching, because I'm doing like 100 stitches a day for 100 days. I could go over 100. I don't have to be exactly at 100, but which I have been on. Sometimes I've done like let's see, I've done sometimes close to 200. But I'm trying to not go use it as a distraction tool to get away from this, which I was using it. But I think I'm going to work on tomorrow's 100 days, because I don't think I want to be doing it tomorrow since I probably won't be filling up for it. So I think I'm going to do my 100 stitches today, and then I'm going to do 100 stitches tomorrow as well, so that way I can make sure I stay in around that time period. So So I think I mean I haven't really put any rules. I know that when I go into the retreat in March, I can put a pause on it, especially since I won't be able to bring that with me. I could technically, but I don't want to. I want to be diamond painting with other friends and people and chit chatting. So I don't want to be trying to count stitches. um, we'll see. Maybe I'll change my mind. As it gets closer. Who knows? Let's see. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything that's been going on this week. I mean, like, it was busy, but not busy, I guess. I mean, I think that's basically how it's always been here. um, but yeah, just been trying to get through this. Hopefully next time you see this, I'm not like just only one row done. Maybe I'm like a row and a half next time you see me. Cross your fingers. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end it here so that way the kids can start talking and stuff like that. They've been really good about staying quiet for me. And yeah, so especially since my husband has some other meetings coming up today, so I wanna make sure that they get their energy out. But if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!